Rain has a remarkable way of revealing a different side of Paris. Long before the clouds begin to clear, the city quietly transforms. Cobblestone streets shimmer beneath gentle rainfall. Cafe awnings collect tiny droplets that fall in an unhurried rhythm. Warm light glows through centuries-old windows while umbrellas slowly replace the hurried pace of the afternoon. Paris doesn't become quieter. It simply becomes softer. Imagine spending a rainy afternoon here. For a moment, time seems to slow. High above the streets, a private rooftop cafe overlooks one of the world's most beloved skylines. Elegant stone buildings stretch toward the horizon while the Eiffel Tower rises gracefully through the drifting mist, appearing and disappearing as clouds pass overhead. This is where perspective changes. The rain never hides the city. It reveals its quieter beauty. Every rooftop glistens beneath silver light. Every chimney catches another reflection. Every boulevard seems wrapped in a peaceful calm rarely found on brighter days. The cafe welcomes each guest with understated elegance. Wrought iron chairs surround polished marble tables shaped by years of quiet conversations. Fresh flowers rest inside simple glass vases while warm lanterns cast gentle reflections across the rain-kissed terrace. Canvas awnings provide shelter without separating you from the weather. The rain remains part of the experience. Its gentle rhythm becomes the afternoon's soundtrack. Luxury is rarely loud. Here, it arrives with a cup of espresso. The unmistakable aroma of freshly brewed coffee rises beside warm croissants just lifted from the oven. Nearby, delicate pastries fill an elegant display with buttery pain au chocolate, seasonal fruit tarts, handcrafted macarons, and golden madeleines still carrying the warmth of the bakery. Fresh coffee, warm butter, vanilla, chocolate, rain drifting gently through the open terrace. The simplest pleasures somehow become unforgettable. Imagine beginning your afternoon exactly like this. No schedule waiting, no destination to reach. Only another sip of espresso while Paris quietly unfolds before you. Beyond the rooftop, the city stretches endlessly in every direction. Historic boulevards disappear beneath soft mist. Slate rooftops form beautiful patterns across the skyline. Church spires rise gracefully above neighborhoods that have watched centuries pass beneath the same sky. Even the familiar landmarks seem to breathe more slowly. Far below, cafes continue welcoming guests seeking shelter from the rain. Independent bookshops leave their doors slightly open. Flower stands overflow with fresh blooms that appear even more vibrant against the gentle gray afternoon. Life never pauses. It simply moves with greater intention. Before long, soft jazz begins drifting through discreet speakers hidden among climbing ivy and flowering balconies. The music never asks for attention. Instead, it becomes part of the rain itself. A quiet piano, the gentle brush of drums, a warm saxophone carrying melodies across the rooftops. It becomes difficult to tell where the music ends and the rainfall begins. Minutes pass almost unnoticed. The rooftop celebrates the timeless character of Paris itself. Natural limestone walls surround the terrace. Wrought iron railings frame uninterrupted views of the skyline. Olive trees and fragrant lavender rest inside handcrafted ceramic planters, bringing subtle touches of nature without ever distracting from the remarkable city beyond. Nothing feels designed for photographs. Everything feels beautifully lived in. The Eiffel Tower quietly remains the centerpiece of the horizon. One moment, its silhouette appears crisp against the clouds. The next, drifting mist softens its outline before revealing it once again. No two views are exactly alike. The changing weather quietly paints a new masterpiece every few minutes. A peaceful corner of the terrace overlooks the Seine. Elegant bridges connect both sides of the city while riverboats drift steadily below, their lights creating shimmering reflections across the gentle current. Raindrops leave countless circles upon the water before disappearing downstream, each one lasting only a moment. Sometimes the smallest moments become the ones we remember most. Some places are designed to impress. Others are designed to be remembered. Stepping inside, warmth welcomes you without ever separating you from the city beyond. Wide oak floors, Vintage bookshelves, soft leather chairs, and carefully chosen antiques create an atmosphere that feels more like a private Parisian residence than a cafe. Floor-to-ceiling windows frame the skyline like living works of art, allowing the changing weather to remain part of every conversation. The boundary between inside and outside quietly disappears. This is where perspective changes. Luxury is often associated with grand hotels and extraordinary addresses. Paris gently reminds us of something different. Sometimes luxury is simply finding the perfect table, a warm cup of coffee, a beautiful view, and nowhere else you need to be. A second espresso quietly replaces the first. A well-loved novel remains open beside the window. Conversations drift comfortably through the room without ever competing with the music. The rain continues its gentle rhythm. Nothing feels hurried. For a moment, time seems to slow. It becomes easy to understand why Paris has inspired generations of artists, writers, musicians, and dreamers. Not because the city asks for admiration, but because it quietly rewards attention. Beauty reveals itself in unexpected places. Weathered limestone shaped by centuries of rain. Narrow streets where every doorway hints at another story. Reflections dancing across wet cobblestones beneath soft afternoon light. Outside, umbrellas drift gracefully through nearby squares. Cyclists glide carefully along rain-kissed boulevards. Fresh flowers brighten balconies overlooking peaceful courtyards hidden from the crowds below. Every neighborhood contributes another chapter to the story of the city. The Rooftop offers a front-row seat to every page. As another hour passes, the rain gradually begins to soften. Clouds slowly separate. Thin rays of sunlight reach across the rooftops, one building at a time. The wet streets below suddenly shimmer with warm golden reflections. Slate rooftops sparkle. Church spires brighten. The Eiffel Tower stands clearly against a sky that seems almost new. The city quietly transforms once again. Imagine watching this change from the same table, without ever needing to leave your seat. Even the jazz seems to follow the light. The melodies grow warmer. The rhythm becomes lighter. Guests slowly return to the open terrace, welcoming the fresh air left behind by the passing rain. The city itself carries a different fragrance now. Fresh stone warmed by sunlight, rain-soaked gardens, blooming roses climbing old balconies, rich espresso still drifting through the cafe. There are few places where an afternoon can feel this complete. As evening approaches, Paris reveals another layer of its timeless character. Street lamps illuminate one by one. Restaurant terraces quietly prepare for dinner. The Seine reflects ribbons of golden light beneath elegant bridges. The city never rushes into the evening. It simply welcomes it. Candles begin replacing daylight across the terrace. Soft lanterns glow beneath canvas awnings. Jazz settles into slower melodies. Conversations become quieter still. Then, almost without warning, the Eiffel Tower begins to sparkle. Thousands of lights shimmer above the rooftops, their reflections dancing across rainwater that still rests upon the terrace. The entire city seems to pause, only for a moment. Yet moments like these often become the ones remembered forever. Luxury is rarely loud. Sometimes it arrives with rain tapping softly against a window. Sometimes it is found in beautiful music shared with strangers. Sometimes it is simply watching the lights of Paris appear one by one. True luxury is having the freedom to pause. Eventually, the final clouds drift beyond the skyline. Tomorrow, another rainfall may arrive. Another afternoon will begin beneath gray skies. Another pot of coffee will quietly welcome new guests. Yet no two rainy days in Paris are ever quite the same. Perhaps that is its greatest charm. Not perfection, but the quiet beauty of moments that cannot be repeated. If this peaceful afternoon above the rooftops of Paris brought a little calm to your day, we invite you to join us again as we explore remarkable destinations where timeless cities, thoughtful design, and quiet luxury come together in unforgettable ways. Until next time, thank you for spending your rainy afternoon with us above Paris, where every passing shower, every note of jazz, and every warm cup of espresso reminds us that life's greatest moments often arrive when we slow down enough to notice them. Some places are designed to impress, others are designed to be remembered.